Salutations, viewers! My name is Game Dame, and welcome back to my Legends of Runeterra patch notes review. We are now on patch note 3.4.0, and we got quite the patch up for you guys today. So, as always, I will begin reading the opening paragraph. So, we're experimenting with a new approach to live balance this patch. In addition to the usual card updates, we've taken a holistic look at gameplay patterns that aren't easily or quickly addressable by changing existing cards. So instead, we're adding in a few new cards. This patch, we will take a look at regions that lack core tools to deal with wide boards, as well as elusives, leading to one-sided matchups against that archetype. And we've created a new spell for each of them to help shore up that weakness. Piltover and Zaun, Targon, and Shurima. Nice. I really like that addition. So they have a desert duel, slow, give an enemy -2/-0 this round, and ally and that enemy strike each other. I do think they need to change that wording around a little bit, but okay, that's a pretty good card. I like desert duel. So it looks like they got a little video for us to show. Even if the person is elusive. I like that. It's still a spell you could block since it's slow. I do like that card. I think that's a very good addition to the game in the Shurima deck. They have Celestial Wonder. I love how they have the videos along with this. This is great. They have Celestial Wonder, which is a fast spell and stun 2 enemies. Still have a chance to block it. I like that a lot. Like a lot. I think that's a very good card to add. I love, I hate it when people are just straight up, what's it called? Monster decks. Like, you can't do anything without spells. I mean, you can probably get so far. You could only get so far is what I'm trying to say. Without any spells to add on to it. So that one was for Targon, and this one is for Piltover and Zaun. Rocker Barrage. This is a slow, and a deal 3 to an enemy and 1 all other enemies. Okay, I still don't like the wording, but I know they need to be brief. So it does. Wow, that's actually really good. That could clear the board, especially if they have a bunch of small guys just like that. I like that a lot. I think that's a really good card. As mentioned in the new card section, they wanted to make sure that every region had some tools to deal with the threats they might face. We also wanted to help out a couple underutilized champions and give some gentle adjustments to some decks that have been leading to the metagame for a long while. So they got Utilals and Arms, and then the Bandle Tree. So for Utilals and Arms, it says here there are a few cards not being updated yet that we want to provide some context on. So they're going to work out for Yordles and Arms, the patches in the next several weeks. And they're going to... And they worked on this one earlier, but Yordles and Arms wasn't seeing as much playing time. So they are making changes to that. And then for the Bandle Tree, they're having changes planned to alleviate the lack of interactivity in its win condition. But the changes are more complex. So hopefully they'll have it ready for the next patch, which I think is fine. Now let's get to all the cards, which is, you know, what this game is all about, baby. So with Aphelios, isn't changing directly, but we're bundling these moon weapon updates in the champions section. So he's not being affected, but they're bundling these moon weapon updates. Got you. We're going to look at a little bit more. Gifts from Beyond. So the cost was changing from 1 to 2, and all moon weapons cost, wow, went down. So not only is the cost more, but the all moon weapons cost went down. So I still think that's pretty good. Like a 2 mana to subtract the 1 cost from the moon weapons. I think that's really good. And Crescendum, summon a 2 cost follower from your deck. If it has Nightfall, activate it. Now it is summon a 2 cost follower from your regions, which I think is a really good update. That's definitely a huge buff to this card. We have Azir, and he was, you summon 13 plus units. And now it's you summon 13 plus units or landmarks. That's a good buff to him, so you don't have to worry about it if you just have more landmarks than actual units. For Gnar, his base stats were 4-3, now it's 3-3 for his level 1, and for his level 2 used to be 6-5, now it's 5-5. Slight nerf in his power, but still makes him a very viable card. Pantheon, his base stats used to be 4-2, now it's 3-2 for his level 1, now his level 2 is a 5-3, 4-3. Slight nerf in his attack, but, you know, still a very valuable card. He's still a really good card. We got Pike, and his level 1 was 2-3, and it got nerfed to 1-3. And then his level 2 went from 3-4 to 2-4. I mean, Pike was always a decent champion, but he's been consistent, a consistent force, even in the game also. I think this is a needed nerf for him, for Pike. So I'm hoping that he is not bombarding the board anymore. Then we have Rumble, where they his previous description says, I've dealt 12 plus damage. Now it's, I've seen allied mecha yordles deal 12 plus damage. So this is kind of a nerf to him because it's not just him dealing damage anymore. He's seen allied mecha yordles also, in addition, dealing 12 plus damage. So he needs lots of his friends to help him. So we got Lil Dipper, base stats from 5 to 6 for its tech. Then we got Dune Hopper Mech, and wow, a buff. I feel like they're adding a buff for all of them. So it looks like they're getting either a point each for their health or their attack. Yeah, so we got a buff to Lil Dipper, Trump Teacher, Trump Thatcher, Trumpeter. I can't pronounce that word. Salty Spinner, Dune Hopper Mech, and Furry Horn Crasher. And then Victor, his level 1 and a Hex Core upgrade token. His Hex Core upgrade now costs 0. That's awesome. I think that's really good for Victor. His Machine Evolutions asks a lot out of a player for sure. That's what they have right here. So I really like that the Hex Core upgrade now costs 0. With followers and spells, they got Zursa Doombreaker, and she got a slight nerf in her health, so she's no longer a 3-6 but is now a 3-5. Twisted Catalyzer, which was a 3-2, now it's a 2-2, so a slight nerf but still a decent card. Vanguard Sergeant, man, this is one of the earlier cards too, like from day one. Got nerfed from a 3-4 to a 3-3. Still think a 3-mana 3-3 is still pretty viable. It's still a decent card to have. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce some of these words. Conchalist got nerfed from a 2-2 to a 2-1, and Loping Telescope, the cost got nerfed and now costs 3, but the base stats changed, so I still think this is a viable card to have, despite the cost going up, but the base stats going up as well. We have Paddle Star, so it used to be deal 4 to an enemy that attacked this round or is stunned, and now it is deal 5 to an enemy that is attacked this round or is stunned. Slight buff right there. Got an additional damage point, but it's still a slow spell, so it can be easily countered. If you have the right tools, of course. With Quicksand, give an enemy -4/-0 and disable its keywords, excluding any negative keywords this round. That was its description. Now it is give one enemy -4/-0 or two enemies -2/-0. Disable their positive keywords this round. I like that. That is definitely a buff to this burst spell because you could do a lot of damage with that, especially if you're running more aggro decks. She Who Wanders, great card. So it used to be obliterate all followers with 4 or less power in play and in hands. Now it's obliterate all units with 4 or less power in play and hands. So I think that's a buff. Not only are you getting rid of your cards, but you're getting rid of your opponent's cards as well. And she's a really good late game option. Sheriff Larietta Rose, she used to be a 6-5, now she's a 7-6. So that is a buff, a +1/+1 buff. So this will definitely put her in the game a little bit more. Now we have Sharp Sight. So it used to be give an ally +2/+2, and I can block units with elusive this round. Now it's give an ally +1/+2, and I can block units with elusive this round. I think that's a good change. I don't see any issues with that. And I am excited to see how people will play with her new description. Now, Twin Disciplines, very good card. It used to be given ally +3/+0 or +0/+3. Now it's given ally +2/+0 or +0/+3. So it's a slight nerf to the card because you can no longer give them that additional point of damage for the cost that it is. But I still think it is a very good card for the cost. We got King Yarvin III. His base stats, wow, shot up 2 for his attack. So he got a massive buff. I really like that. I really like that buff for that card. We got Tattered Banner. Effect effect is no longer consumed by units that already have Challenger. So it says the next time you summon an ally this round, granted Challenger, but it's no longer consumed by units that have already Challenger. So that's a small change. I think that's still really good though. Sacred Protector. So it used to be when I'm summoned, draw a Shen. I love that. Allies with barrier have double attack. Now it says play, give an ally barrier, and draw a Shen. Allies with barrier have double attack. So that's good. This is a great card. Love this card. I think it's overall, it's such a, you get to not only summon a hero, but you get to summon allies with a barrier with a double attack. And then they have Sigil of Malice. Now the cost went down for this, so it got slightly nerfed. No, not nerfed. The cost got nerfed, but this is a buff to the card. So this makes it easier to use this card, so you don't have to watch your mana as much. We have Calculated Creations, create an arms gearhead, ballistic bot, or neon droid in hands. That was the original description. Now it's create an arms gearhead, ballistic bot, or neon droid in hands and grant it +1/+1. Great buff. We're going to see more of this card. We have Flash Bomb Trap. Cards that previously planted Flash Bomb Traps in the top 10 cards of an opponent's deck now plants them in the top 8 cards of an opponent's deck. This affects Caitlyn, Sting Officer, Advanced Intel, Justice Rider, House Swamp, Piltover Peacemaker, and various items and powers in the Path of Champions. Okay. Interesting. Got you. So what did they say? Flash Bombs are a potent part of the trap strategy, as always. But snuffling them into a larger pool of cards can often leave you wondering where all those traps actually went. This change should let your bombs pay off more consistently. I like that. I like that a lot, that this affects Caitlyn, Sting Officer, Advanced Intel, Justice Rider, House Swamp, Piltover Peacemaker, and various items and powers in the Path of Champions. The cost went down for careful preparation from 3 to 2. Decent buff to the card. And then we have Camphor, the Doubt. And his base stats were 5/4. Now they got buffed to 6/5, +1/+1. And his description changed from when I'm summoned, if you've targeted allies 6+ times this game, grant me Spell Shield, Overwhelm, and Challenger. Now it is when I'm summoned, if you've targeted allies in 4+ rounds, that's a buff. This game, grant me Spell Shield, Overwhelm, and Challenger. It is a good card. I think it was fine before. I think this makes it even better and more of an essential card to play. So that is exciting. Now they got some UX updates I'd love to see. We don't need the music. Well, we can put the music on. Yeah, as this is my job. I do think they have done a much better job with maintaining the UX UI of this. Wow, I love that. That is nice. That is very nice. I love that for this game. It looks amazing. I love the direction that they're going. I love the direction that they're going with it. So now we have some more personalization. So we got some champion skins here. So we're going to take a look. And this Shen skin is very beautiful. Love it. So they've made following updates to the Nexus Health pre-visualization and the Unit Destruction pre-visualization, which I do love. And here is the Infernal Shen level up. All right. Let's take a little look-see. It's kind of ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. I love the visualizations that they have, but sometimes they're kind of crazy. So not only do we have that, but we have others as well. I think these are really great skins. Little Yordles. So this is Infernal Cannon. That's his board. And then we have Infernal Pantheon is sick. Looks like a Dark Souls boss. I love it. Infernal Galio. Love Infernal Galio's skin. I mean, that was one of my favorite skins in the game when I used to play a lot of League of Legends. And then Infernal Swain looks really... He looks like a flame vampire for fucking sure right there. The board looks awesome. The Magma Chamber, I think this is a really cool looking board. I also love the color red, as hence my shirt. So I really like all of these changes. So they have this Guardian, Infernal Poro, Infernal Gloomtooth, very cute, and Infernal Silverwing. So adorable. I love it. This is the card back, Ritual Flames, and then, of course, the bundle. Infernal Remnants bundle is available in the store, prorated for any items you already own, obviously. So this includes the Magma Chamber board, Ritual Flames card back, Infernal Gloomtooth Guardian, and Infernal Silverwing Guardian. The Firekin bundle is available in the store. Again, prorated for any items you already own. It gives Infernal Shen, Infernal Kennen, Infernal Galio, Infernal Pantheon, Infernal Swain, and champion cards for all of the above champions. Now with the deck bundle, it's called the Unbreakable Shields deck bundle. And this is Demacia with, who do they have in here? Galio. And, wow, yeah, that's actually really nice. Protect your allies from enemy attacks with barriers and sturdy Petricite. No one can stop the formidable army. Bundle includes a deck featuring Shen and Galio, as well as the Infernal Shen and Infernal Galio champion skins. I really, really like that. And... of course, we have the miscellaneous, which is probably the smallest amount of miscellaneous changes I've ever seen, and one of the smaller amounts of bug fixes that I've ever seen. Overall, I think this is a great patch. I think this is going to help, of course, balance, as Riot has always done, or try to at least do, balance out everything. And I'm excited to see where a bunch of these new cards come into play that they have created for us. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys have thought about these changes. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I highly appreciate your time as always. But please do not forget to subscribe and or follow not only to my YouTube, but to my Twitch. You guys know where my YouTube is at. But you can find my Twitch at twitch.tv/thegamedame. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.